Do you really need a job in 2025? In this video today, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna try and help you find the best solution, try and make you make the best choice. If you're asking yourself, should I be at work? Should I work for myself? Trying to go all in on my side hustle, my side business, your freelance skill, whatever it might be, or should I stay at work? And in this video, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to give you my experiences. I'm going to give you times in my life where I've left my job, gone all in on my side hustle or on a new business idea. And then times in my life where I've just been working and trying to figure out what I'm going to do outside of work. So let's get into it. But first things first, welcome back to the channel. My name is Reese. We're talking about work. We're talking about side hustles, health and fitness, being a full-time worker, dream builder, and building that life that you want to live, building the life I want to live, making YouTube videos about it, trying to help you with anything that you've got going on in your life about work, side hustles, health, life as a man, whatever it might be. I'm here to help you, here to make some videos about it. So let's get into it right here, right now. Do you really need a job in 2025? This is a question, I mean, even before 2025, this is a question I'd ask myself. Because when you look around, if you spend a lot of time online on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all the biggest creators are going to tell you, you do not need a job in 2025. We are in the digital gold rush. There's so much opportunity out there on the internet that you do not need a job anymore. And you know what? That might sound good, but for me, you need to break it down a little bit further. You need to really understand where you're at in life. So the first thing that I would do, and that I have done before when I was trying to make these choices, should I go to work, should I build my own business, is take the time to understand your own position. Have you got people that rely on you? Have you got family members or babies, a girlfriend, pets? Have you got payments for a rent or a car or anything else, a debt maybe you need to pay off? These are things that you need to understand. If you've got a lot of people relying on you, or if you've got a lot of payments to be made, then it might not be the best idea to leave your job and go all in on a business. But that being said, if on the flip side, you don't have any kids, you don't have any real big responsibilities, you've got a car that's already paid off, you've got a cheap rent, or maybe you live with your parents, then that would be the time where you've got nothing really holding you down, nothing holding you back. That would be the time to go all in on your business. But even still, we're going to break it down a little bit further. Because when you go all in on your business, or you go all in on your skill, on your craft, you're going to have to be prepared to live with less. You're going to have to be prepared to, make ends meet for a little while, because it is a process to get anything established. If you want to build a business, if you want to become a UFC fighter, if you want to learn how to be a freelancer, they all take time to develop your skill, to develop the ability to create good money for yourself. And you see a lot of these, a lot of fighters, they live in their cars, they live right outside of their gym, they sleep in their gym, and they're dedicating all of that time. They're sacrificing having a house, they're sacrificing, normal luxuries that you might have as a full-time worker, that, you've got a nice house, you've got your TV, whatever else you might have. These guys or these girls living in their cars and going all in to become a boxer, a UFC fighter. And that is, you've got to ask yourself, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to sacrifice that much to make that skill happen? And you don't have to become a UFC fighter. If you're starting a business, your back's going to be up against the wall to get that business established, to get customers to get coming in, and to get money coming into that business. You've got to be prepared for the times that you're going to struggle to pay your bills. You're going to have to move money around. You're going to might have to ask to borrow money from people, and you got to believe in that. You got to believe in that business. You got to believe in that dream, that skill enough to really sacrifice. How it could be years, months, years for it to become successful, for you to become successful at whatever you're doing. You've got to ask yourself that question: are you willing to do that? Because there's many options, there's many paths in life. If you're not willing to do that, then fair enough. What is going to be the next best path for you? Because if you are working full-time and you do want to do something outside of that job, if that job is not your dream, if that job is not where you see yourself for the long term, then you've got to find time, you've got to make time to build something outside of it. Just like I'm doing right now, I work full time. I work 2 shifts, 2 days or 3 days in a row, then I have 2 or 3 days off, then it just goes through. That will be morning shifts or night shifts. So I've just done 2 morning shifts. My next 2 shifts are going to be night shifts on Thursday and Friday. I will do some recording on those night shifts as well. But yeah, back to the point. You've got to make that time to create a new skill, to create a new business, to follow a dream, to follow a passion outside of your job. If that is, if that is your desire. If you're working a job that you like and you see a long-term future, you can build a life where you're comfortable, you're happy. Great, keep doing that. You don't have to worry, don't have to stress about trying to build something else. Maybe just, invest your money so it grows nicely and you don't have to retire so late. But if you're finding that, if you're in that job that you enjoy, do your thing. This is for the people who are working jobs with the intention of getting out of that job or trying to, create their own side hustle, create their own business, just like I'm doing. I've got a YouTube channel. I am on Instagram and I am writing on Medium. So if you'd like to read articles, blogs or anything like that, check out my Medium account. So yeah, you've got to make that time to go build something else, build something outside of work. And everyone's got time. If you're working a 9 to 5, you don't even have to be working shifts like I do. If you're working a 9 to 5, you've got those set hours, 9 till 5, however long it takes you to get home. And then you've got all that time. You've got all that time to put your mind to something else. I had some of my best pals dedicating their time to trading, some of them training in the gym, making these businesses. We've all got different ideas. We've all got different ways that we want to spend our time. We're all trying to be productive with the way we're spending our time because we want to build something outside of our regular income, our regular job. And everyone can do that. Everyone can dedicate time and energy to building something new. Whether, a good example is your health and your fitness. People can find the time to, finish their job, go straight to the gym, have a workout. What's stopping you from getting home and whatever it might be, working on your YouTube channel like I am, working on a blog, working on a website, working on a Shopify store, working on some new skills, maybe you're doing a course or two, just dedicating that time to upskill, upgrade yourself, level up and try and build your way out of that job. Because at the end of the day, do you really need a job in 2025? For me, it is a yes. But that might be contrary to what you're seeing on YouTube, Instagram or Twitter or anything else, or these big creators. But when you're living your life and you've got people who might rely on you, you've got bills to pay, just jumping out of your job and going all in on your business or your side hustle is a big risk, and you've got to know yourself, you've got to know your position, where you are in life and whether you can take that risk or not. I'll give you the example. A couple years ago, I was teaching English. I was getting fed up with it. I wanted to make my own money and I left that job and I just went all in on creating an online income, and that took me in lots of different directions. I tried to start a theme page. That fire didn't get started, so I left it. I had an Etsy store. I was uploading, trying to sell some products. It was like a print on demand Etsy store. Guess what? No sales. I made a personal brand. I went all in on it. I wrote a book. I'm still selling that book right now. If you want to check it out in the link in my bio. I'm very happy with that book, but it was a hard grind. I wasn't, I didn't know what I was doing. Every day I was just learning, creating content, trying to push, make some sales and build a following. And that it didn't happen. I was spending about 6 months doing that, and it got to the point where I had no money. The people around me, my family, needed my help with things, with financially, and I had to take a job. I went back to work, full-time work. When I was teaching, I was teaching part-time, but silly me, I wasn't really doing enough as I could to build something outside of it. And I just left. So that was a bit of a hasty decision. Looking back at it now, I probably wouldn't have done that had I had my mindset and the experience that I have now. But hey, these mistakes build the experience that I have now. And that same can go for you if you've made a mistake. If you think about something in your past, a job or an opportunity that you passed up on or you left, it's all building your experience, it's all building your knowledge of yourself and what you really want in life. So yeah, it's just take the time to really consider where you are in life, what, who's relying on you, what kind of bills do you need to pay? Have you got kids? Have you got pets? Whatever, are you paying off a car? If you've got a lot of people relying on you, I think the best option would be to keep at your job, try and find a job that you can enjoy, that pays you decently. And then if you really want to build extra, you have to dedicate time outside of your job to build something extra. And there's something out there for everyone. You don't have to spend 5 hours after your work, stay up until midnight or in the early hours of the morning building something. I understand you need your rest, you need to be ready for work, but you can dedicate an hour, 2 hours an evening to building something else, something new, business skill, whatever it might be. So yeah, that is my opinion. Do you really need a job in 2025? My answer is yes. Of course, if you're in that position where you can go all in and you don't need a job, go for it. But I just think the best way you can build something, the best way you can mitigate the risk, unless you do want to go live in your car, go train to be that champion. I wish you all the best of luck. But I think the best way that you can, especially if you're trying to build a business or a side hustle or a skill, is go work your job. Find something that you can half enjoy, something you can tolerate, and dedicate time outside of that job to building that side hustle. So that's my opinion, that's my answers. I'm working full time and building that side hustle right now. I'll be back to my night shift on Thursday night. I'll try and do some recording out there, the late night hours, looking very tired. Got a couple of days off today, had a good workout, making some content, and just keeping up with the writing, keeping up with the content creation, talking to you guys, letting you know what I'm doing. And I will be back with another video. I hope that helped you. Give me a like, give me a comment, and let me know what you think. Do you think you need to have it? Do you think you really need a job in 2025? What are you going through? Just like I said myself, I wish I didn't need a job, or that I could just risk it all. But to me, that's not the right option. I'm going to work my job. I'm going to build outside of it. And I'm just going to trust the process that in a few years' time, I will be my own boss. I will be independent. And I will be free. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll be back again very soon. Peace.